Hello and welcome to Dateline Northeast, a program that gives you an overview of the developments in India's Northeast region. I'm your host, Skyrim Zimek, and here are the top stories of today's program. Work on Sivok-Rangpo Railway Project in Sikkim in full swing. Budding entrepreneurs under startup scheme gets monetary assistance in Manipur. And Nagaland witnessed boom in exotic shiitake mushroom cultivation. Visiting Sikkim via railway will now be easy for tourists. The Sivok-Rangpo Railway Project connecting West Bengal to Sikkim is in full swing. Once completed, this journey will promise a breathtaking experience as it travels through the picturesque mountain terrains and forest reserves. Sikkim is all set to get its first rail link with the rest of the country. The nearly 45-kilometer-long Sivok-Rangpo Rail Project, considered to be an engineering marvel, aims to connect Sivok Railway Station in Darjeeling, West Bengal to Rangpo in East Sikkim with a single broad-gauge line. The 45-kilometer-long route from Sivok to Rangpo will have 5 stations, 14 tunnels and 17 bridges. Sivok is an existing station on New Jalpaiguri-Alipurduar-Guwahati railway line of Northeast Frontier Railway, and Rangpo is a border town of Sikkim.
The project, once commissioned, will bring a lot of changes to Sikkim. It will be a cause of socio-economic development of the region, and at the same time the project is also very important strategically for movement of our defense forces, and we hope that once the project is commissioned, the area will develop.
The railway project by Indian Railway Construction Company International Limited is expected to be completed by 2022. The Sikkim rail link will bring the long left out state under the ambit of the country-wide railway networks. The Sivok to Rangpo has a single road that remains affected during the monsoon season. Inclement weather and landslides makes travel tough and time-consuming.
आउट ऑफ 14 टनल में 12 टनल में काम चल रहा है और उसमें फुल फ्लेक्स काम चल रहा है. जिस तरह से काम पिकअप कर लिया था, मगर ये कोविड के चलते हुए और ये बार जो बारिश हुई है ऑलमोस्ट मोर देन 20% ज़्यादा हुआ, उसके वजह से बहुत सेटबैक हो गया है. तो अभी आशा करते हैं कि अक्टूबर सितंबर एंड ऑफ द सितंबर अक्टूबर के बाद में हम लोग फिर फुल फ्लेक्स काम करेंगे. टूरिज्म के लिए तो बूम होगा हमारा पब्लिक के लिए, और एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन भी बहुत जनरेट होने जा रहा है इसमें.
Sikkim shares a border with China. With the enhancement of rail connectivity in the region, the Indian soldiers will get easy access to travel to the Nathula border. 41.55 km of the railway line falls in West Bengal and the rest in Sikkim. The project by Northeast Frontier Railway is expected to cost around 4,085 crore rupees.
रेलवे आ रहा है तो जैसे कि जो टनल बन के जा रहा है रेलवे का, हम लोग का लोकल को बहुत फायदा है. इसमें क्या है कि टूरिज्म बढ़ सकता है और अपना जो है यहाँ का लोकल का C ग्रेड D ग्रेड का नौकरी भी मिल सकता है, और दूसरा चीज़ तो है यहाँ का डिफेंस के लिए भी अच्छा रहेगा.
Sikkim boasts great tourism potential and many people avoid visiting it because of poor connectivity. With the new railway line, the tourism sector in Sikkim will get a boost. Moving on to Manipur. To give a boost to budding entrepreneurs of the state, a startup conclave under the theme Turn Your Idea into Opportunity was recently held in Manipur. The project also aims to give opportunity to young entrepreneurs who have returned from outside the state due to COVID-19 pandemic, a report.
Ever since the launch of Startup India scheme in 2017 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a new wave of entrepreneurs is sweeping in the state of Manipur. Startup India scheme is an initiative by the Government of India for the generation of employment and wealth creation. From fashion labels to food startups, many local entrepreneurs are now making their fortunes with independent ventures. To encourage these entrepreneurs, a Startup Conclave 2020 was recently organized by the Manipur's Planning Department.
Large number of small and medium and micro businesses which have really flourished, and they are growing at a rate of 20 to 40% per annum, which is really very significant, and we are extremely hopeful that in the next 5 years we will see
The conclave was set up to help budding entrepreneurs to set up their businesses, especially those who have returned back from other states due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Kaunase akoina kainodagi hojiki moina sabado adai lauraga akoini kainoda mapanlamda event manager kanguga ko ahambada isana tawzaraina isana tawzabaduda kai haini pendaba mayam laiba hadi paisa lairaktabadagi ko sidagi amo akoini stand up aina tharje stand up taneba ko stand up ta thare ko tharaga sarkarna mateng khara pangbirokase se hainingai leitana thagatle.
Some of the successful startup entrepreneurs in the state include Dweller, Hillwild, Food Wi-Fi, among others. Around 272 startup entrepreneurs received monetary funds from the state. 8 beneficiaries include in the stand-up category, 5 in the revenue stage, and 259 in the idea stage of the scheme. During the conclave, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh handed over monetary assistance of over 525 lakh rupees to startup beneficiaries.
Till now, just we have expended around 30 crores and distributed to the entrepreneurs of the state. And I'm happy to learn that many entrepreneurs have expanded their business, and self-employment has been started increasing.
Manipur Startup Scheme was launched in 2017 to 2018 to help generate large-scale business and employment opportunities for the youth.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯅꯥꯝꯇꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯨꯕ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯐꯣꯝꯗ ꯑꯦꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯈꯟꯕꯤꯔꯛꯄꯁꯦ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯛ ꯈꯪꯕꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯅ ꯊꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯐꯥꯎꯏ ꯑꯩꯒꯤꯁꯦ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯌꯨꯇꯔ ꯁꯦꯜ ꯁꯥꯔꯚꯤꯁ CCTV ꯀꯦꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯄꯥꯟꯕ.
3 rounds of selection of beneficiaries have been conducted so far since 2017 to 18, and the scheme has provided benefits to 877 startups. The startup policy would nurture and encourage entrepreneurs in job creation and the economic growth of the state.
In today's episode, let's meet a young farmer in Tripura who is growing watermelon in off-season, inspiring many to venture into something new. His passion and hard work has gained him much popularity in the state. Here's more.
Don't let your learning lead to knowledge, let your learning lead to action. This famous quotation fits well when we speak about a farmer in Tripura who is employing his knowledge in growing watermelons in a season which is not considered favorable for its growth. Here's Babendra Devnath, a successful off-season watermelon farmer in the Matai village of West Tripura, which is around 45 kilometers away from Agartala.
দেখে এবং আমার ব্যক্তিগত কোনো একটা ইয়ে থেকে আমি এটা করছি আর এটা লাভবানের দিক দিয়ে আমি চিন্তা করলে এটা অনেক লাভবান হয় বলতে এটা ড্রাই অফ সিজনে তরমুজ আমাদের এই এলাকাতে হয় না এটা বাইরের থেকে আমাদের এই রাজ্যে আসে এটার কেজি বাজারে কিনতে গেলে খুচরা মূল্য প্রায় 70 থেকে 80 টাকা কিন্তু আমরা যদি এটা করতে পারি যদি 40-50 টাকা কেজি বিক্রি করতে পারি তারপরে আমরা কৃষকরা অনেকই লাভবান হতে পারবো.
With the help of new mulching method, Devnath covered the land with plastic to avoid evaporation of the water in the land and also rotting of the fruit in the rainy season. He also hanged the produce with additional support, unlike the traditional method where the fruit generally grows above the soil. Despite belonging from a poor and landless family, Devnath is cultivating watermelons in the lands of other people on condition of sharing the produce, setting an example for many.
তাহলে সবাই আকর্ষিত হয়েছে এই জিনিসটা দেখে, কারণ অন্যান্য গ্রামবাসীরা এখন থেকে এটা করার উদ্যোগ নেবে যাতে আর্থিকভাবে সচ্ছলতা আসে। রাজ্য যদি প্রত্যেকটা স্থানে যদি এভাবে করতে পারে কৃষকরা, তাহলে আশা করি তারা আর্থিক মুনাফা পাবে এবং রাজ্য উপকৃত হবে।
Devnath said the other farmers are also hands-on taking training from him, and it will largely benefit the local farming community and will provide better income. Hearing Babendra's success, the government of Tripura recently visited his small farm at bordering Matai village. The state government has decided to give loan to 50,000 landless farmers through Gramin Bank and National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development in subsidized rate.
किसान ही एक है जो भारत को आगे लेके जा सकता है, क्योंकि भारत कृषि प्रधान देश है। शिमला से लेके अगरतला एयरपोर्ट तक जो एरिया है उसको हम कृषि हब में रूपांतरित कर देंगे, क्योंकि हमारे पास भवेंद्र देवनाथ जैसा किसान है।
Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev expressed that people like Babendra are taking best advantage of Digital India and are doing great jobs in the farming sector, making Tripura a self-reliant state.
Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently. To tackle the rising COVID-19 cases in the state, junior doctors in collaboration with National Health Mission organized Lohitanjali, a week-long plasma donation drive at the Guwahati Medical College and Hospital in Assam. The drive was inaugurated by Assam Health and Family Welfare Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Appreciating the initiative of the organization, Sarma said several junior doctors and jawans in the Assam Rifles had contracted the virus. Many have recovered and are now coming to donate plasma. Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev recently laid the foundation stone for the Special Economic Zone at Sabroom, South Tripura. The Special Economic Zone, which is the first in the Northeast region, will come up at an investment of Rs 650 crore consisting of a logistic hub, railway goods yard and also connected with National Highway. Chief Minister said that the Special Economic Zone, which is just 70 km from the Chittagong port in Bangladesh, will surely transform Tripura into India's gateway to Southeast Asia. In the battle against the deadly COVID-19, 70 recovered border security personnel of Meghalaya donated plasma. The plasma donation camp was recently organized by BSF Meghalaya Frontier along with State Health Department and Negrims at Umpling BSF Camp Shillong. The donated plasma will be tested at Negrims and then the covalescent plasma will be taken for treatment of other COVID-19 patients. On this occasion, Dr. P. Bhattacharjee, director of Negrims, said that it is difficult to find eligible plasma donors, but now they have found many volunteers at one place, which is a boon in fighting against this pandemic. Folktales from Nishi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh from a book Uymuk will be introduced in Rajasthan's government schools. The much-awaited book Uymuk was launched at the Tribal Literature Festival in Bhopal. The illustrative book is written by Dr. Jamuna Bini, who is an assistant professor at Rajiv Gandhi University. She is also a prominent writer from the Northeast region in the field of Hindi literature. Ramakrishna Mission Centers of Sora and Shillong in a joint venture successfully demonstrated the technological capability of conducting online classes in the no internet zone by using intranet. Online academic classes of Hybrid Interactive Knowledge Assimilation Initiative from class 1 to 12 were inaugurated at Ramakrishna Mission Secondary School, Sobar of East Khasi Hills District. So far, students from 55 different schools, including Ramakrishna Mission schools, have enrolled for the free online classes. As the businesses around the nation is experiencing slight stagnation due to the coronavirus pandemic, Nagaland is beaming a ray of hope as the state is successfully growing exotic shiitake mushrooms. Have a look. Mushroom is well acquainted to the world for its valuable nutritional and medicinal properties. This flashy edible fungus is proving a boon in the commercial market of Nagaland. According to recent study, the rich forest resources and climatic condition of the state endorse a great scope for mushroom cultivation. Observing the gleaming opportunity, the denizens of the state have now started to venture into mushroom farming.
I started doing this back in May. So
This year?
This year. So it was during the lockdown. So I decided to do this oyster farming. The cost of this construction of the farm was it cost me around 10 to 15,000. 10 to 15,000, and then the capacity of the farm is around 300. So 250 to 300, I should say. The income is actually some gets contaminated. So out of 100%, mine was around 70 to 80%. So it was quite good.
Shiitake mushroom in particular is opening a new chapter in Nagaland's farming sector. This mushroom is a Japanese origin which is suitable for cold climatic regions and is usually cultivated either in logs or blocks of sawdust. To boost the production of this exotic mushroom, Dr. Sosang Longkumed, a 37-year-old social entrepreneur, says that since shiitake mushroom is grown in small quantities in India, it is imported from other countries, but Nagaland can become a huge hub for shiitake buyers.
Shiitake is very tasty mushroom. However, more important is it is medicinal mushroom. So it has a chemical property called lentinine, which fights cancer cells, and also it maintains the diabetes level also. So there are few doctors from Hyderabad also who demands 30 kg of shiitake grown in log every day for a diabetic patient.
Having been able to grow mushroom spawns successfully in his lab, Dr. Sosang is also actively engaged in training farmers and entrepreneurs. He also conducts numerous seminars on shiitake mushrooms and has trained more than 50 persons.
After this session, we're going to learn how to rear or cultivate this mushroom from the very start till the end. Okay. And we are looking forward to learning it because we don't know about it and we are still very new to this thing.
Understanding the scope and opportunities, the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Nagaland Center and Department of Horticulture are pushing for more schemes and training to empower mushroom farmers in Nagaland.
Moving on, although lotus is widely grown in Manipur, many people are not aware of lotus silk. In today's episode, let's follow the journey of a young entrepreneur who weaves beautiful silk fabrics from lotus stalks.
Meet 27-year-old Thongbram Bijaya Shanti from Bishnupur district who has found a new opportunity to generate employment amid the coronavirus pandemic. She is among few entrepreneurs in the state who has taken up an initiative of involving village women in making yarn out of the lotus plant. The lotus stem, which is mostly thrown away, is being used to make silk yarn. Known as Lotus Silk, it is an extremely rare and highly exclusive product that is priced over conventional silk. Bijaya Shanti of Thanga Thongbram, who grew up near the magnificent Loktak Lake, has always been fascinated by the beauty of lotus flower, which grows abundantly in the lake and is also a source of livelihood for the locals.
Search of matamda China dagi Vietnam gidi lotus si moishu national flower oibako aduduna moishu yamna production je yamna leiramba haitare dai khoisu India gi su tawbai aine dai Manipur da su lekai lam mayam ama leiriba mafam sing pat pu leitar di dum khara makhai di dai ising khara leiba mafam da di dum lotus se khoina yamna plantation tawudraga su masa matom da na propagation tawraga adum matom da bas oina hojaba mayam leida adugumbaje west oina su leibanina aise cha oina shemage dumaina khanba hore dai cha semba horpa sanjida.
Although lotus silk is produced in a handful of countries including Myanmar, China, and Cambodia, Vijayashanti is seen as an innovator in Manipur. Many people are not aware of Lotus Silk weaving.
Kogi langingda tawroga sabadudi adu khangai adu ko se saba hai kanu torobachidi handaka chahi ani hai tarene.
Once the stalks are harvested, stems are cleaned and removed to clean all the asparagus. The fragile fibers of the lotus stem are teased out and rolled into a thread through a tedious manner.
Malaji Queen Padi Lida Kalai at Hamsiet Hepra, Sanare, Hunting Hilaga, and Hazikizina Kusim Gitaboktare.
Vijayashanti said a piece of necktie made out of lotus yarn cost about $100. A scarf of lotus stalk requires the thread of about 9,200 stalks. It has been claimed that wearing lotus silk will calm you and make you more meditative.
Hanadi khangamde ijanupijina taropodagi khangbodagi yaubani. Mase hajikdi lockdown matam moibanina paisa nongjagi kanosu tantamju leitabanina chatham khopamju leitabanina.
Vijayashanti now hopes to expand her lotus farm to generate more employment opportunities in the state.
With that, we have come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. Do connect with us through our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at anyindia_ANI. Like and subscribe Roving Report YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest news updates from the Northeast. I'm your host Skyrim signing off. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and take care.